and Caster Nation. We have found ourselves finally with a start that I think we're going to love. We have got ourselves some plantations, which is going to be great for our Hacienda. We've got some really nice production tiles. We've got some chops for our settlers. And we have a small discussion about where to settle and some of the advantages that the Simon Bolivar extra movement gives us when making those. Sorry, chat just made me laugh. Gamer Clint with the funnies. I'm live, obviously, on Twitch, as you guys should know by now. Hopefully, if not, this is the very first playthrough you've ever watched me do. I'm on Twitch 5-6 days a week, having fun with chat, good times. You should come over and say hello. But yeah, this is where I stream the things. Okay, so let's discuss ideas. Turn 1 settle, especially on Deity, is so much better than a turn 2 settle. I think I missed a follow earlier as well. Chief Bad Mojo? Did I get you? I don't know. That half orc wizard, I'm not sure if I got you either. Ribhav Kanduju, I'm not sure if I got you. There's a bunch of follows I may have missed, guys. I don't even know what I was doing. Thank you all for being here. Shoes at the door, make yourself at home. And ready, aim, miss. Ready, aim, miss. That's good stuff. Welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. I know you. You know Gamer Clint. Whoa. You subbed before. I didn't see it. Danny Faye, if it was a... you may want to refresh your stream. Or, yeah, refresh your browser and you may get the notification that you can bring up. Because I see that you did sub, but the announcement didn't come, unfortunately. But I appreciate it very much, the support, buddy. It means a lot. So, Gran Colombia... for those of you not aware, has some pretty cool abilities. Now, we're going to focus this game. 2 things we want to do. First thing we want to do is we want to spend the first 50 or so turns, first few videos, talking about Gran Colombia strategy, talking about their advantages in non-military games, because we've already done the military side things in a previous playthrough, which you can find on the channel if you haven't done so already. And we want to talk about what they're good at, what they're capable of, and how their abilities will help them in non-military games. How strong is that +1 movement to all units? How key is that? How useful is a combat general is going to be in a non-military game? We know that for sure there's the guys that if you get lucky you can get the trade route. So if we can get one of those guys, really be nice. The Anero isn't probably going to be a whole lot of help, but between the movement and the Hacienda, which is a really nice tile improvement, we're going to see just how good these guys are. And we're going to have a chance to play the hot tile movements out, or the extra tile movement out right off the gate. And we're going to have a chance to play with the Haciendas right out of the gate as well, because we have some plantations that we can work the things off of. So, let's see. Because of the extra movement that we can do, we could potentially settle this tile turn 1, which would be really nice. And really, it's the only tile I really think I'd like to settle. You could turn 2 settle across the river. That would absolutely be a possibility. Unfortunately, we can't see the tiles here or here, and we only have a choice to walk in one direction. I think it's more likely I settle here. Well, no, I don't. That's tricky. I was thinking maybe I would settle here if there was something amazing here, but it'd have to be really amazing to step away from a 2-3-1 tile in the first ring. It's really tricky. I think that this is probably more viable than this. I honestly don't see myself settling here. The odds of there being something here that would be good enough to pull me away from the 2-3 is very slim. But there is a chance that there'd be something really good here that would be worth turn 2 settling. Let's take a look. Nothing. That's the definition of absolutely nothing worth turn 2 settling over. So let's hope we don't learn in a second that there was something amazing here. Give me 1 sec, chat, and I'll catch up on what you're saying. So the choice is to settle here. You could potentially. I mean, you don't ever want to walk away from a 2-3 like this. It's just bad ideas. It would have been nice to get the 3-2 in the first ring as well, but we're gonna work the 2-3, and before you know it, we're gonna have these 3-2s in our circumference anyway. We've got a 2-2, a 2-2, and a 2-3-1. That's plenty to get us started until we get to those growth tiles. So we're gonna go ahead and settle in place, and be happy about it. And it just turns out there wasn't any really great tiles there other than beautiful chops. We're going to be able to look at this. Oh my god, the trees to chop for settlers is going to be glorious. We're going to put on an exposition. So one of the big advantages right out of the gate is the 3 production in this tile. As you can see, we can get a scout in 5 turns. Oh, this will be between these 5 trees, the tree here, and these 3 jungles, and this jungle, and even this jungle. I'll chop out at least 5 settlers from that. Yeah. Okay, so there's a question in chat. Let me get caught up here on what's going on. Stupid question. How long is the game's average in turns? On average, it depends on who you're playing at, who is playing the game and who you're playing as. I strive for like sub 200 in every game I play. If I'm like grinding out the really hardcore strats, that's on standard speed. Now that's playing like really high end, mid maxing everything. Average 250 is probably 250 to 300 is probably typical for a good player. If you are playing on a really hard difficulty, like Deity or really high, like, Emperor or whatever, Immortal, you might be looking at 280 to 320 or more as you struggle to get all the things you need to get a victory early on. But eventually you can start bringing that down under 300 and the 200s and stuff like that. So yeah, it kind of depends. Yeah, like if you're playing on an easy difficulty, you're going to be able to probably win 200 turns fairly easily. If you're playing on harder difficulties, it gets tougher because you got more competition and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the answer to the question. We'll get moving here. I want to answer all the questions in chat, but I also want to be moving along as quick as we can. Hopefully, there's some horsies down here somewhere. We got a floodplains here because there's another river. That's interesting to see. We got a river in both directions, so we potentially have some settles on that, which is always a great way to start a game. Oh yeah, I went animal husbandry because that'll give us our furs. We'll be able to work the furs right out of the gate. But yeah, what I want to do is I want to move a little bit on the quick side because, like I said, the real goal beyond working the early game discussions on how to play these guys, this is some ugly land down here, is getting to the apocalypse. We're playing on level 4 disasters, and we have got apocalypse mode engaged. But we've learnt today, or I learned today, no, it was yesterday. I was texting with Carl from Fire Access, and I learned today, or yesterday, but I've taught you guys in chat today because you may not have known, that you actually have to finish all the climate phases all the way to 7 in order to have the apocalypse actually strike. And it takes, I'm pretty sure I've never actually gotten to all the way full on this. I don't know how many turns it's going to take, but our goal is going to be to go quick, get industrial zones up in a ton of cities, burn everything as fast as possible, and make the world burn so we can see the apocalypse. Because, there you go. Generally speaking, I like to keep my cities pretty close, Tontu, because the more cities, the better in this game. So if you place your cities really far away, max distance you're going to want is 6. So 6 tiles between, because then there's the ring of 3 around each city. But I try to keep it to 3 or 4. Typically 4 is really nice, because then each city's got a ring of 2 around them that they can work. And that way you can fit more cities in the same area, right? Like if you have a certain area and you start spreading out, if you spread out and leave 6 between each cities all the way around, you're only going to be able to fit a few cities. But if you've got it tightened up to 4, you might be able to do one ring and then a whole other ring of cities around that, and you might get 10, 12 cities, right? So Generally speaking, I like to keep them pretty tight. Ooh, baby, Antioch. Sorry, it's Antioch, right? I don't want chat yelling at me. So we found a couple of really nice things. We found amber, which is a fabulous resource. You can mine the culture. And we found it's anti-OK. Big Daddy is saying it's anti-OK. Yeah, so we found that. So that's gold. That's +4 gold in the capital. That's really nice. That'll allow us. Actually, what I'll probably do is allow us to buy a builder pretty quick. We'll go. We actually may go scout. I may go scout, to be honest with you. And really, I was really considering that strategy given our bonus. Having 2 scouts be able to just spread across the world with 4 movement, I feel is a really strong thought process. I want to try that out and see how it feels. So let's keep taking a look around. I'm actually going to cross. I think I might. No, let's go down here. Let's see what we see. Ooh, that's what we see. It looks like is that coast there, maybe? Let me see the settler lens. Is it? You can't really see it. No, it's not coast there. I was wondering if that was a coastline there. There's a river coming in there. A lot of rivers around, which is always a good sign. We'll cross over. Okay. We'll go get that goodie hut. Actually, I could save the goodie hut for that first. You know what I'm going to do, I think? I think I might... I was thinking about having this warrior maybe circle around here. I want to get my warrior back in around our city. I don't like the warrior to go too far. And this scout could come get this goodie hut for the experience. So I think I'm going to skip that. Maybe I'll come to here and just have my warrior come around. And then have my scout run through here, pick that up, and then the scout can come around here. And let him be a little bit further away. Anti-ouch. So I'm going to cross to here, and then I'll probably just come down through here. And then cross over and cross over again. I'm going to leave that like I said. And just go to learn. Okay. So I'm going to stay here so I can cross over the river and come up through. Looks like potentially either a lake or... Oh, that's a coast, I think. I think this is a coast. Yeah. So we're up against a coast here, looks like. So I'm going to run that warrior up there and see what's going on. And like I said, I can get a scout in 5 turns. I have 2 more turns till I can even start a settler. Getting that scout out, I feel like another scout out is just a fantastic idea. So I'd like to run that. No, there's no need to do that, Tontu, to have a warrior in every city or whatever. If you're on Deity, you have to be a little bit careful because the AI is really strong. They have lots of guys. If they see you early and come for you, then you're going to be in trouble. Yikes. Okay. But generally speaking, it's not a bad idea to just make sure you have some range units around in case they do come after you. You can defend yourself. But my first warrior, I try to keep fairly close in case something crazy happens. I've got my warrior close by my city. This is as far as I'd ever want to get him. Probably even a little farther than I'd like. But I'm going to head home here now. And then, yeah. Sometimes you just got to risk for the biscuit, too. Okay, so this is actually, they're calling this a lake. So this might be a small lake. Okay, there's a city-state here as well. I'm going to leave the city-state for the meet with the scout. And I'm going to move this way, head back this way, go here, and then cross over, and then head up. And get back as quick as I can. Yeah, don't get barb rushed. Yeah, you want to be able to protect from your barbs. It's important if you find a barb hut to very quickly go and take it out. Don't if the barb hut finds you and the scout gets back to his capital, it's going to start spawning and you're going to be screwed. So it's important to deal with the barb huts. Okay, so we're going to go and grab this and cross our fingers for a builder. 40 gold. It'll push us towards our next builder anyway. This guy's going here. Then I'll cross over and then I can head up. That'd be good. There's a mountain range here. It's going to make it tricky. I think I want to go straight for this guy, even though it's just a production civ. I'm going to go ahead and do it. If we can get that early envoy, it'd be nice. So let's go to here. And then I'll cross over. There's some marble. We're not on a continent split, are we? So yeah. We're definitely on the right-hand side here, the east coast of a continent. We're playing on a continent civ as well. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's head this way with this guy. Oh, speaking of really nice tiles to settle, that's a perfect tile to settle. We can't do it because it's too close, but we'll definitely want to settle one of these two tiles, probably. That looks like it might be the end of the river. Yeah. So we'll settle one of these two tiles here. It's only 3 away from the capital, but it's on a river, give us fresh water, and of course to be 2-2 city center. Like that. Now we're heading to the cellar. And we're working really good tiles. A 2-3 and a 3-2. Extra gold. How far from a builder? With builders 200? Okay. So when we get to 200 gold, I'm going to maybe buy a builder. Although it's only... See, now I was thinking by a builder, but I was thinking we'd have 2 things to do, but there's actually only 1 thing to do for the builder right now. So it'd be a question whether or not to do that. So if I cross here, I get to there the following turn. If I go to here, I cross over and it's the same thing. So I'm going to go to here first. Doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, I agree completely, Gamer. Since Stack of Dooms are gone, the Civ is much more of a defensive game. Yeah. I can if you ask me, I don't know. It'd be the easiest if you just posted in Discord to remind me, but or whatever. I'm not gonna do it right now. Oh, that's really nice meat. It actually would have been really nice to have met them earlier to make the scouts faster. That military city-state meets +2 production when building units. That's going to make settler production faster. That's fantastic. We're crossing over here, but I can.
Fantastic landscape. For all around were rocks of the weird.
That city's prime candidate to be taken over right there. So there's another first meet. It's on Brussels, and they're sitting on top of Mount Roraima. Now there's no fresh water in there, but we could chop out a dish. Chop out a. Yeah, that's prime candidate for taking over. Yeah. But yeah, no, I can get the seed, but I just remembering to do it later on because I'd have to take a look for it. I want to get to plantation, so I'm going to go pottery, I think. You leave Brussels alone. Would you miss... I haven't missed a whole lot. We've just been exploring. We've met 3 city-states, all first meets. Nice advantages there. And really just working on our first settler, and that's it. We're rocking and rolling, though. Alright, let's get to here so we can cross the river. I'm just going to do a little search in here to our north. And up here, oh, there's a nice goodie hut. We'll go see what's going on here. This is basically the coast here as well. Oh, jeez. This guy got injured, so I'm going to have to make sure he heals up. Mount Roraima. See what's going on. Yeah, no, the thought would be possibly to take them down, depending on how much space I've got. And my thing is when I'm playing a somewhat of a turtle game, where I'm not, going for military at all. Ooh, oh boy. I generally Lake Amber, interesting, very interesting ideas. Could settle there. I generally don't build much military at all, so going out of my way to build a military that can take down a city-state with the walls, and if they get to swordsmen, then you got to have something that can beat swordsmen. It can be a bit of a pain in the butt. So sometimes I don't take the time to bother with that. Yet another lake. Yet another plantation. After the early plantations start, yet again, we're dried up on plantations. Now, in here, I was hoping to find... So yeah, so we could do if you had the city, you could build an aqueduct to get fresh water, and then just take that whole peninsula out with this one city. Now that's the first envoy right there with Antioch. Merchants and trade route to Brussels. Okay. So we got coast to the north. So we're definitely kind of crammed in here a little bit. Yeah. Some more amber out here is nice. So pretty good capital for sure. There's even stone out here to chop. So we have a pretty good capital. At this point, just rough idea, I would be thinking about a city. See, this turns into floodplains, and we know that. So I'd probably be thinking about a city here, keep us away from the floodplains. Hopefully, there's a 3-1 here. Hopefully, there'd be some nice production over here somewhere to go with the growth that we see here. Otherwise, it'd be a relatively weak city. Now, one way or another, you're building it because there'd be a thought on a city in here somewhere. You could build on that. A coastal city with a 2-2 city center would be a thought. So, I mean, that's, not out of the realm. Now, up here for a city, I was thinking river here, but you could go here and give yourself a little bit more space in your capital. Because you're only getting one city between these two anyway, really, right? 1, 2, 3. So you could build here. You could build somewhere in here. Or you could build it there. If I built there, 1, 2, 3. You could build here. So you could build... Now this is a floodplain, so it'd be a bit of a worry. But you could, if you're really struggling for space, you could go here. And then you could go here. If we're really struggling for space, you could get cities like that. And then maybe you could get a city up on the coast up here. Like this wouldn't be impossible, or something up in here maybe. Depending on how this looks up here. And then you'd be coming down in here. Again, there's this is like nothing but floodplains, so this is really crappy land down here. There's almost no production. But you'd build a city just because you got it, really. I don't even know where it'd be. I guess there's 2 tiles here. So maybe you build it in here somewhere. You get that. A city down by this volcano in here. Like floodplains for days, dude. A really frustratingly located city. I want to double check that's the... Oh, I was just going to say, I want to double check that's the end, and there's actually a goody hut on an island, so we got to keep that in mind. That we got to go get that someday. And now there's a bar pot out there. We're going to want to get away from that. And there you go. How to safely download Civilization 6. Well, you start by buying the game from a reputable organization. And they should give you a key that you can put into your Steam library. And then the game should download quite easily. Shouldn't be any safety concerns at all. Assuming you're doing it from a safe location. I wouldn't do it like while sitting at the bottom of an active volcano or, while swimming down a river or anything like that. But it should be fairly safe. Assuming you don't have any big brothers who are going to come beat you up or anything like that, Can't imagine there'd be too many safety concerns. You can buy it. Well, it was free up until about 4 days ago. It was free on Epic Game Store for a while. I believe you could probably not buy it on Epic if you wanted, but you had to actually pay for it on Epic instead of getting it for free like you could before. But yeah, it's either Epic. It's either Steam or Epic now. Yeah. You're re-downloading this game. You have no idea why you deleted it. I don't know how you did either, Quetzal. Yeah, those are the only two options. Elect Bill Farms. Yep. Sorry, Poobutts. I missed your question. You could use the floodplains and river to combo an industrial center. Yeah, no, the only concern is just I'm on level 4 disasters apocalypse mode. So the floodplains are disastrous for settling cities on. Is this what I was referring to there? Steam seems like a hack site. No. I don't know what you're looking at, Lecto, but Steam is the most reputable of all PC gaming sites. That's the most common and regularly used site for all PC gaming. So yeah, I'm not sure what you're looking at, but Steam is as reputable as it comes. There are plenty of sites out there where you can, well, I don't know, plenty, but there are some shady hack sites that is spoken of in this chat will get you permabanned because they are lousy, no good bastards. So we need faith. So you got to run God King, unfortunately, even though they would like to be doing that. And then I'm going to go ahead and run this because we have some barbs around. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. Hey, one Peter, you got yours £35 for the full game and the 2 DLCs. That's a nice deal. Yeah, the New Frontier Pass is a little bit pricey for sure. You got to be committed to playing the game a bunch, and obviously, there's two sides to the argument. I didn't get the first meat. There's two sides to the argument. From one perspective, I'm not a big fan of the season pass stuff because you pay all this money up front and then it takes you a year to get your money's worth, if it ends up being his money's worth. But other people look at it and say, well, at least you can look forward to new content and the game being refreshed every month or so, every month or two. So there's the two sides of it, right? And for people who spend the $40 isn't a big deal, then yeah, spend the $40 and get your game refreshed. For people who are like a little bit more, money conscious and they got their belt tightened a little bit, might not be as anxious to drop $40 on something like that. So it can be a double-edged sword depending on how you're doing. Now this is free science. If I gave that envoy to Mitla, I could get free science right out of the gate. The other option is to do their request, which isn't going to happen anytime soon. Some free science right out of the gate is always nice. Are we already getting free science? Wait. Oh, okay. No, it's just from the city. This is one of those ones where it's like, you got some land, it's open, you haven't met anybody. It's weird because it's like, you don't have any culture yet, and you're kind of fighting for, okay, what do I do next? I gotta get some culture going. What's the next thing? What's the next move kind of thing, right? This is a really nice tile down here. You could come all the way out of your way to get that culture tile. Culture early in the game is like one of the most important things you can get. Look at this. I don't have any bonus culture right now, and it's like 24 turns for the next one. Like it's just absolute crushing number. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to slog through it and hope you can find some culture somewhere. One of the, absolutely points out the fact that how important it is to learn all these bonuses to get you through, because that's 40%, right? So right out of the gate, you can take 40% off of this and 40% off this and all the way through to try and get every boost you can. We've obviously got the boost down here already, but yeah. I'm going to start with craftsmanship, and then we'll see how it goes. We have only one tile in the capital that we can currently improve. We'll be able to farm a resource and build a pasture eventually, but you'd have to buy the tiles. We will be able to buy a builder as well. Yeah, it's going to be tough. This will be interesting. Yeah, that's Moron. That's exactly the thought. Is save the envoy, and you might need the year score. Although at the rate I'm currently going, I'm looking at Dark Age, like early Dark Age, which I don't mind. I don't hate the idea, especially when I have this much room. Early Dark Age is no problem at all for me. I don't mind that. Lots of nice tiles up in here. The only barb hut was taken out, and it was up here that we've seen. Oh, and we saw one over here, but that's like miles away. When PS5 comes out, you doubt it will be going to the new console? Well, I would think, wouldn't PS5 have forward compatibility? So like PS4 games would move forward to PS5 similar to how they did before. Some nice tiles up here. Hey Moondog, did you get? Oh, ignored. Did I? What did I missed a thing? I'm swimming down rapids on the side of a volcano. How Civ? There's quite a bit of steam. Haha. Sorry, Moondog, I completely missed your. It's chat's flying by, and I'm trying to concentrate on the game a little bit there, and I completely missed your comment. How you doing, Moondog? It's good to see you, buddy. PS5 is supposed to have compatibility, yeah. So 4 should come forward to 5. Thank you, Zuzu. I would have thought that would be the case, because it'd be hard to convince people to buy your game or buy your new console if all the games you have from the previous console will no longer work, right? I think they learned their lesson. I got PS4 on day one and the PS. Oh, really? Did it really? Because Xbox One had compatibility right away, didn't they? See, this is starting to look like a pretty good city. A couple 3-2 tiles, both, yeah. This is going to be some really nice haciendas up through here as well. 2-2 tiles. Yeah, this is a 2-2 city center as well. Yeah, this is a city right here. And then we can build there. This is going to be my next city, I think. Doesn't give us the culture from this, though. But even if I went here, I wouldn't be working that tile. What I really could think about doing is buying out to this too. Oh, it's not. It's only 2-1. I'm seriously considering buying out to that tile with a builder and getting that culture going. That is frustrating. All right, let me just see what we got here. Some more nice tiles. Is that a river? No, it just looked like a little bit. Okay, wouldn't matter because it's too close to this guy. So we probably move this guy down at least 1, 2, 3, 4, to get closer to the 2-2-1. You'd probably go here and then buy that tile. I would think that'd be a pretty good city. No fresh water, but you could build the aqueduct for fresh water. And there's a ton of good tiles, even a 3-1 here. It's be a pretty good city. There's a river here. We'll see what's going on here. If there's, I kind of like this city, but it'd be nice. There's a bit of a miscalculation on my part, actually. Knowing that this was coast and this was all mine to back settle and back explore, it would have been a good idea to know what's going on this river a bit better before my settler popped in one turn. That was a bit of an error on my part, to be honest with you. That's funny. All right, next turn.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Boom. Pottery done. Pottery done. Now, how good is this city? 2-2 city center, lots of 2-2 tiles. It's a really good city, but we're going straight into the monument. I feel like I need to head this way. And just get forward settled a little bit. Look at all these 2-2 tiles out here. Now that I'm up here, I might as well learn all this. I know, Kaiser, there's somebody over here somewhere, but we've got a big chunk here. I'm hoping to get a city down in here, and then I can kind of cut off. There's like a mountain. Oops. There's like there's a mountain range here, and then there's like kind of terrain here. So if I can get to here and kind of cut off, and then this is all mine to back settle. Almost like there's no. It's kind of eerie. Kind of eerie, in fact. I need mining because I'm really considering this. I'm buying the builder now that I have the gold. I'm gonna run this. I really need to get the tile improvements. I can do this and I can mine that. I gotta get the gold to buy the tiles though. See, with no culture, you don't grow, right? And we're growing to all the 3-2 tiles, which I can't improve right now. So I'm going to have to buy like 3 tiles. This is going to be really tough. Probably going to have to switch out of this and hope to get the 3 and tile improvements a little bit later. Really tricky situation at the moment. Let's get to here. Yes, rough terrain. Rough terrain indeed. Looks like a mountain there. Could come a little further down here, but it's just for 1, maybe 2 more tiles, so it's not really that big a deal. I'm going to leave that location. Another 3-2 here, but I don't reach it unless I come all the way to here, but I don't want to do that. Some really rough terrain right here. Holy cow. Alright, so this is a pretty good city now that it's got this here. It's getting a little bit better. It's like, I mean, it's nothing but food. There's not almost no production. We could pull this tile in. We could pull in one of those. It's still not much, though. It's still not much. There's a whole bunch more gold coming in. That'll make a big difference. Pop 3 in 3. Monument in 4. And I think that's going to be matey. I think I'm going to call it, right about there for this episode, folks. When we come back, we'll take a look at what our options are for settling. Do we keep going a little further or not? We'll see what happens. That's the end of this episode, though. Twitch, you guys are staying right there. Don't go anywhere. You're beautiful. YouTube, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.